Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello, good evening, and welcome. I am Aulzeren0r. I am joined this evening by Prettyfig. We are here representing ZMG, and we are bringing to you APL Week 6. We have ZMG Legends here this evening representing ZMG, and they are facing off against Backdraft eSports. Welcome to the cast, Prettyfig.
Hello, guys. It should be an interesting match. Ironically enough, Azir might be somewhat of a contested pick since both mid laners do play him.
Is there a chance then that we don't see it banned in some of these games. Going back to some Ragnarok Heimdall matchups.
I wouldn't be surprised to see if Ziri or Azir get left open for one of the sides to first pick it.
Well, Ziri is already gone, so
Oh,
that will be off the table for this first round at least.
well, I mean, both ADCs play it, so there was a small chance.
We do see Azir is left up through the first rounds
Oh,
of bans and is instantly hovered here by BDE.
see, I'm just a fortune teller. I tell you, didn't I call that? I mean,
Yes, you did. So that will be going over to the mid laner of BDE. They are not quite in order yet, so do you know offhand who the mid laner for BDE is?
The mid laner should be the Ron XYZY. Okay, RONXHY.
I'm gonna go with Rongzi.
Ronzy.
Yeah, good enough.
Or
He,
we can just call him Ron. How about that? Like
yeah,
their name is Ron.
yeah. Don't have to read out the full name every time. I learned that lesson after casting Cade's game. We do see the Twitch Seraphine picked up for ZMG. For those of you
Oh,
who are unaware, the roster from last week does appear to have been finalized by ZMG, so we will be seeing Reality permanently in the jungle, and Papa Skips has joined ZMG Legends as their support.
I think it's important to note that although it's most likely a Seraphine support, there is an off chance it goes mid. Like I know Azir has stated that he could flex the Seraphine.
How good of a matchup would that be into an Azir, though?
I'm pretty sure Azir just wins that match, but I like like I mean it's still Seraphine, she just scales and then hits her ult and then you die.
Fair. We do.
Okay, we'll be a Jin Leona. That's a lot of lockdown for a Twitch to deal with.
So we probably will be seeing Tea Garden taking the cleanse today.
I am very interested to see if they pick up the Darius here. Oh,
Yep, no hesitation.
you see, as a fortune teller, I can predict the future.
Yeah, clearly I need you to start filling out my Powerball slips. Maybe I'll stop losing money.
Because I mean, like, I was just like, wait a minute, Darius didn't get banned first rotation. I mean, like, he has like 1 million mastery points on Darius. I'm pretty sure.
And you would think that these two teams would know each other fairly well, as you mentioned in pregame that there's a lot of crosstalk between these two groups in terms of being friendly and playing casual matches together and whatnot. So it is a bit of a surprise that Darius was left up. We see a lot of junglers being banned
Yeah,
here
he
in,
has 1.3 million mastery points on Darius. It's his
eh,
number one top laner.
just a few games on Darius.
I mean, I guess like I will say the what is it, backyard back? What are they called?
Backdraft.
Back draft. Yes. They did get the Azir, so it will looks like it will be the Mumu jungle. And it looks like they will be saving. Is it even considered counter pick for red side since they repicked the mid laner on?
I don't think that's so much counterpick so much as it is they just had higher priority picks. Not so sure that the Amumu was the highest priority there, but, technically a decision. This Dr.
Well, it looks
Mundo,
like they I would be interested to see if they pick like what's that guy? Swain? Swain?
Azir Swain in APL has been hit but mostly miss.
Well,
He,
or he
he
might try to play something to full on counter in Azir since he knows what counters Azir.
yeah, I think going for a counter pick here, based on his previous play, would be better than him taking the Swain here. But in the end, the decision does rest in his hands. Mundo Trundle,
Oh.
which way do you think this is going to be? You think it's going to be Mundo top lane or Mundo jungle here?
I think that's a Mundo, not a Mundo. That is a Trundle in the jungle, I believe. Because Mundo can spell shield, I think, the Darius pool.
His passive, yes, will
Yes.
shield exactly one count of CC, which does not help very much if the Amumu is
Or
coming to
Vygar.
gank. Or Vigar, yes.
Or Seraphine. You never know. Sometimes supports like the room top.
Well, now that the full teams have been decided here for both squads, what kind of game plans are you expecting from both of these teams?
I think ZMG really needs to focus and get that Twitch ahead. Because I think he's really going to be the only damage that will be like going through how tanky a Leona Mundo Trundle is.
You don't think that there's going to come a point before the game ends where the Vigar's damage is going to start tearing through tanks there?
I mean, like, there's some burst, but I feel like honestly, I feel like they should probably at least get a what's the item called? You know, the AP resist item, Force of Nature. There we go. And
Although
that
in the
should.
in the case of Mundo and Trundle, I would argue that Spirit Visage would be a little bit better.
Oh, well, I guess they do a lot of healing. Yeah, I guess Spirit Massage would be.
But either way, the point being that they'll be buying some magic resist.
And if they aren't, they will be hit by the ever scaling Vigar.
Does BDE run into the problem at any point, do you think, of not having enough damage, or do you think that Jin and Azir will be enough damage output here?
Well, I feel like Azir actually, like, since they did pick the Azir, he will be consistently outputting enough damage, you know? Well, because, you know, one of Jin's weakness is his reload time, I think, in my opinion. And I think he's more or less like a catch ADC, I think, like with his route into his fourth shot ult. But I think Azir will be outputting enough like consistent damage, assuming he doesn't get too far behind.
Very fair. Any other considerations you wanna bring attention to before we step aside for these teams to load onto the Rift?
I do think top lane. I need to look it up. I think it's a Mundo Fever question mark. Mundo versus. But I think since the guy has like a million mastery points on Darius, that he will be okay. Yeah, Mundo wins against Darius 52% of the time. It's a Mundo favored matchup. However, I think with that much experience on Darius, you probably have
Learned how
seen
to
a
deal
few.
with that.
I do expect Trundle to maybe focus a little bit top early on to just try to get the Mundo ahead.
But ganking a Darius early is a dangerous proposition.
Yeah, but also like I fed Darius because he somehow outplays your Mundo is also scary.
This is true. It's a double-edged sword.
The Mundo and Trundle are both fairly tanky, so I think like if like in theory like Trundle's like level 6, I don't know. I think they have a good chance. It's just I think on ZMG's side they will be focusing bot, trying to get Twitch ahead. Because I mean, Vigar just passively scales, so like getting him ahead is good, but not necessary like early on.
Fair. All right, well, both these teams are getting onto the Rift, so we will step aside for just a few minutes here. Of course, in the interest of competitive integrity, we delay the stream by a few minutes and pray that Riot servers don't give out like they did last night. When we come back, game one here of BDE facing off against ZMG Legends. Don't go anywhere, folks. We will be right back.
And now I can't imagine me with anybody else as we close out the night underneath the lilac sky. Summer high, met you in August, New York, back to my cold apartment. Distance sucks, but at least I'm still with you. White out skies, middle November, you and I flights to wherever. I don't mind as long as it's with you. 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 Summer high, met you in August, New York, back to my cold apartment. Distance sucks, but at least it's still with you. White out skies, middle November, you and I flights to wherever. I don't mind as long as it's with you. New Year's Eve, 300 miles, counting down. Next year will be close. I will wait as long as it's for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome onto the Rift. Both teams have loaded in and have started to move out onto the map here. Any surprises from Summoner Spells, Keystones, or First Buys here, Fig?
I'm not really surprised, but I guess it is important to note that Darius did go the Ghost Flash, which I mean was is kind of to be expected because it is a Darius, but like
What in the world is going on here? We see some spicy five-man invade look here by BDE. However, the flash from Darius keeps him away from that W of Jin, so the ignite from ZMG is burned, but nothing else on the side of BDE.
So it's Ghost. That's fine. He doesn't really need flash, you know.
Yeah, and the game is already as good as one anyway because Azir has gotten a stack of that uh, phenomenal evil already. You know, 1 AP is going to change the game here.
Hey, it might be the difference between 999 AP or 1,000.
True, this might be the first game in APL in which we see a player hit 1000 AP.
I am a little worried that there might not be enough peel for the Twitch and the team fights, not gonna lie.
I would agree. Darius and
They
Azir both
have
like to go hard.
CC.
Oop, Leona lands the root here. The bind from the Jin follows up, but there's no more damage with how far away Jin was.
I think the Leona Loki's playing a little bit overly aggressive and not with her ADC.
Yeah, a level 1 Jin who took the W, the Flourish, level 1, does not have a lot of damage or a lot of kill threat until he reaches level 2, so I feel like Xanazurge is
Just
wasting
look
his
like
time a little bit.
it just look like they are trying to force the level 2 a little bit. Oh, and then there's the Azir poke. But not our Azir. Their Azir.
Yeah, it's not going to get it all confusing. I guess there's a reason that all of the Riot-sponsored leagues don't let players be named after champions. We do see that despite the fact that Trundle didn't get a leash, he seems to be farming just fine, only about a camp behind the Amumu at this point.
I
We
think he
also
just missed Cannon.
we also see a massive CS lead in the top lane for Mundo already. 360X is up about 13. Assuming Captain Donut catches this whole wave, he'll still be up about 6.
Sadness.
Donut trading hard here, putting a lot of damage down onto 360X, but didn't quite get that passive stacked up. Now T-Garden forced to use the cleanse as the CC chain from ZMG and Foya comes out, ticking down with the ignite, down to about 300. The flash forward from Jackson does not land the pillar. Now Papa Skips is in trouble. First blood going to the Jin with that force shot. Money in that Jin's pocket. Now Reality trying to gank 360X, but finding himself on the wrong side of those cleavers, down to about 250 health.
My fortune telling may not be the best, because the Mumu went top and Trundle went bot, so like, yeah.
Well, you know, you can't be perfect. Despite having some good trades here, Donut is still losing heavily on the CS side here. I said here twice in that sentence.
Hey, who
So,
needs CS when you get kills, you know? I think this is fine.
yeah, problem is he has to get kills.
On a Mundo.
Yeah, kills into a Mundo. Easier said than done. Azir getting poked out as well, down to
Okay,
about
I feel like
250
Azir
health.
should know the like distance. He should like the spacing for this match. He's
One,
just like walking into the soldiers.
one would think he's also losing the CS battle pretty heavily as well, down about a wave. If anything, the only CS gap in ZMG's favor, well, there's two. There's the jungle and there's the bot lane. However, T-Garden is down the kill at the moment. Reality is ganking here, but Azir doesn't have the health to be taking this fight. Roxy is
It looks like he'll attack some minions and walk away. He probably just showed just to give Vigar like a back timer.
I feel like that was unnecessary given how low on mana Roxy was, but 360X now has to be careful. The ghost pop from Donut here, forcing the flash away to avoid the Q, and that's going to keep 360X alive.
It
Flash
is
is
important to note though that like Ghost on Darius is a shorter cooldown than Flash.
absolutely, and the flash is just about up again. so it will be available here soon. 360X has hit 6, so does have that ultimate available to try for a dive here potentially. Had Jax on there, but chose not to continue to go in. Donut has now hit 6, which means that this Mundo has to be careful. Goes ahead and preemptively pops that ultimate just to stay safe and out of the range of that Noxian Guillotine.
Twitch doing Twitch things.
Yes, I'm sorry. I hope you didn't want to play the game until 30 minutes. We do see it looks like Reality's thinking about taking Drake here. We'll just clear the Scuttle Crab for now, but put a bunch of pings on it a couple of minutes ago when he was floating bot side. So maybe considering it.
I feel like Darius playing safe here is actually really good, especially since he knows his jungler is bot side, and that if for some reason Trundle was top, he he would be in a very bad situation. I need Seraphine to ward a bush.
Seraphine has finally warded that river bush, so it will
I
give
think
them
honestly
something.
they need a lane ward if Leona's not going to be hovering in these bushes.
Both junglers have arrived. Reality is 6, Jackson is not. But Reality with the flash forward, the double stun. Foya immediately cleanses it. Now Xanazurge is running low. But with Jackson there, he's putting down some damage as well. But Reality gets first kill. T-Garden gets the second. And now Zonxi has joined the fight, getting the kill onto Reality to keep this from being a complete rout. Papa Skips limping away, but will survive.
Still a 2-for-1, which isn't too bad considering it was 4 people bought all on blue side. And Vigar was able to push that wave in. Still a little bit behind on some CS, but catching up.
Yeah, Vigar was able to push in that wave. If he hadn't accidentally taken 2 turret shots, he could have probably gotten a plate there as well. A little bit more spending money in his pocket. But such is life when you try and walk in front of the minions.
I bet you he was watching bot while walking forward.
Gotta pay attention to your own lane first. As you're taking a lot of poke from those soldiers from just the Q auto combo there.
Now, I just feel like Azir's spacing here should be a little bit better, especially since he knows Azir like the back of his thumb.
The back of his thumb.
Saying it? I don't know.
I've never heard that one before. Is that a regional expression?
Maybe. I'm Chinese. Maybe I am.
Oh, of
I'm just
course.
misremembering phrasing.
Yeah, you remember that from the 2 days that you spent in China.
Yeah.
We do
Hey, it
see.
was like 5 months.
Okay. We do see BDE taking the Rift Herald here. They've got complete control. Papa Skips is only now rotating over very late on this match.
Looks like they're looking on a play here.
Looking for 360X, but he does have that passive available. Does have the ultimate as well, so he'll be exceedingly difficult to burn down, even for a Darius Amumu combo. Reality's taking a lot of time here. Misses the first bandage toss completely. Means that passive is still available for 360X. The second bandage toss lands, but with the passive, it doesn't matter. 360X using that ultimate to try and stay alive, but Donut pulls him in. Donut with the Noxian Guillotine deletes the Mundo.
It honestly looks like Reality realized that the play was dead and started walking away, and then Donut was like, "Hey, I can hit my skill shot." Sorry, I got sidetracked by bot lane mid sentence.
No, you're fine. Blame where blame is due. 360X had no business walking back into the apprehend range there. If he had just walked away, he would have been perfectly fine, but he chose to walk back up into the range of the Darius-y and paid for it with his life.
See, right there, Azir had really good spacing. He was able to avoid the
Papa Skips is going to run out of health here. First shot from the curtain call kills him, and now T-Garden trying to fancy feet away from those shots will survive at about half health.
That Seraphine ult was slightly off. It wasn't able to actually reach the Jhin. Unlucky. I guess it's not really luck, but
This Jin is now 3 and
I've been
0.
told through coaching that saying like unlucky is a
Better than
poor.
saying bad.
Yeah,
Jackthon does
you
get hit
really.
by the bandage toss here. Azir is trying to catch up. Jin is in the area as well. Has to be careful here. Flashes away so that he doesn't get hit by the curse of the sad mummy. Jackthon flashes after the curse runs off. Azir, though, flashing forward, will get the kill with the outplay button. Reality runs into Azir, but has the Seraphine on his backside, so will not be too concerned.
Yeah, my am I still like? Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Well, my spectator has decided to freeze,
Ah, you're dealing with what we dealt with yesterday.
but yours is fine. So now I'm confused.
I I do not know. We had the same thing yesterday. The other caster had his stop at about a minute 30. Mine lasted till 3.5 before it started bugging out.
Did you have to just relog?
No, relogging didn't work because it wouldn't let me back into the lobby. I had to use op.gg to get a spectate link.
Oh,
However, Twitch stream is not super far behind, so you should be fine to do color off of that if need be. Looks like things have calmed down for the moment here. Some light trading in the top lane, but other than that, no action anywhere on the map.
I fixed. No, I didn't. It just paused at 11 minutes for some reason. Hmm.
That's very strange.
Well, I will watch the Twitch. I guess it's fine.
We can all just curse Riot Games in our heads. It'll be the same as when we curse them out loud. First Drake still hasn't been taken at 12 minutes 50
Which is
here.
kind of surprising since Amumu's had like that vision control over Dragon for a while now.
Has had that vision control, but now BDE moving in has 4 members here. Might be looking for it themselves. No, it looks like Foya's going to peel off here. And Trundle is going for a deep invade. Ronzi going in, gets the Shurima Shuffle onto his ear, down to about 300 health, trying to get enough damage down. The Trundle Pillar keeps him in range of those Sand Soldiers, and the kill for Ronzi onto Azir here. Plus the turret plating going over to Jackthon, pops the Rift Herald on the backside of that fight. Not what you want to see from someone who is supposed to be the main of the champion he's fighting against. Papa Skips does take some trade here from Jackthon, but doesn't look like the Trundle wants to commit to that.
I am attempting to just.
Oh no, Reality gets caught out here. The stun lock misses though. Foya does not land the W, trying to get into range, and Ronxy gets it with a last auto attack. With the jungler down, it looks like BDE is going to take the Drake here. Finally at 14 minutes. So we will be looking at best, a 29-minute soul here.
I
Ghost
am
coming out from
loading
Captain
back in.
Donut here. Pardon?
As I'm loading back in.
Flash forward from Donut, trying to get enough damage down onto 360X. However, the ultimate burning away from the Mundo will keep him just outside of Noxian Guillotine range. 360X has to be careful, but with Donut down on all his summoner spells, should be alright for the moment. We'll take this time to reset. No, he's staying with the wave. And things are not looking great for ZMG at the moment. Yes, the kills are only 1 apart, but all of the gold in BDE's pocket right now is on the 2 carries, Azir and Jhin, whereas ZMG has their gold spread out all across the map.
One has a kill, but Seraphine. I was able to load back in, by the way.
Okay, welcome back. Are you at the right time? Are you floating around
I'm
15
at
minutes, 20?
15, 17, 15, 18.
Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I was just able to spectate off of like reality. That being said, how do we get this Twitch to be an issue?
You stop giving kills to the Jhin. Uh, you also need to get him out of this bot lane at this point because, and it hasn't happened at Tea Garden yet. It's happened more to Skips, but the lockdown combo from Foya and Xanazurge is strong enough and hard enough to dodge, especially from the Leona, that Twitch doesn't really have the ability to take fights. 360X taking a lot of damage, but manages to survive the Noxian Guillotine at about 250 health, is regenning a ton here thanks to that ultimate. And with 3 members of BDE on the way, now this Darius has to be careful. Looks like ZMG's trying to get a return on the bot side, but Reality gets spotted out by a pink ward and has to give up on that.
Just had a random pause. That's fine. I think
Yeah,
Spectator just doesn't like me right now.
yeah, I think Riot's server issues have not been resolved.
It looks like they will take the Rift Herald, which is not really what you want on ZMG side. You kind of want to keep your turrets kind of healthy.
Yeah, you don't want this Trundle being able to roam freely between lanes. Granted, he's shown up in pretty much every lane and had pressure everywhere, so perhaps it won't make much of a change. Teagarden did start to look for something mid lane, but was sniffed out and Ronxy played it safe. Xanazurge has now roamed up, so Skips and Teagarden will have to disengage here. Well, if there is a silver lining here at the moment, it's that Donut's caught back up in CS. Was running about 10 CS down for the majority of this lane phase, but has finally begun to put some of the hurt on to 360X here in these trades, enough to buy himself some space to farm. However, I don't think this Darius is quite the side lane menace that they're going to need him to be if they want to have a good shot at this game here.
Yeah, ideally you would probably want Darius up by probably 3 more kills and like 20 more CS.
Oh, I mean, if we're talking about magical hypotheticals, I'd like the Darius to be up 10 kills and have Flame Horizoned him already. Um, But yeah, realistically, you'd like at least 1 kill as Azir gets Streamo shuffled here, forced to flash away from the deadly flourish as now Roxy gets bandage tossed and Curse of the Sad Mummy. However, Foya gets the shutdown onto Azir as other Azir falls. Now the Seraphine ult comes out, only landing onto 2. Xanazurge, though, getting assassinated from the side by Teagarden. Trundle and Mundo are very deep, chasing away Skips in reality, but Jin is forced to run away from Teagarden here. Teagarden, in return, though, is running away from the Trundle, and we have Keystone Cops across the map. Looks like that's going to be the end of the fight for the moment. Captain Donut did not join that fight at all, has spent this time idly pushing in top lane, and will get the turret there. Does not get first turret, of course, as that fell to the Rift Herald in mid lane, but it's a nice consolation prize. As now 360X has to be a little bit careful, has the passive popped. Teagarden is putting some hurt down on him, but it looks like the Deadly Flourish is going to be enough to chase away ZMG. Well, I said what needed to happen was the Twitch needed to move into other lanes and not face the Leona and Jhin. And then he managed to find a perfect flank to kill the Leona and Jhin. So perhaps our predictions are just not on the mark today.
Well, currently Riot is not loading and the stream isn't loading for me, so I'm sure I'll be back soon.
Let me see if I can save us with Discord here. Ooh. Does not look like it. Unfortunately, my Discord is not playing nice.
Do I robot?
What's up? No, you sound completely fine.
So it's not like my internet then. I don't.
You might just try reloading Twitch.
Well, I went into the moderator mode, and that's when it broke.
Oh, great. Well, we see teams starting to posture around Baron here. Leona and Seraphine just trading wards at the moment in that pixel brush. The root going in onto ZMG. I don't think they realized that he was there though. As he goes deep onto Papa Skips, now with the Leona ult called down, the solar flare comes out. The two-man charm from the Seraphine. Will it be enough? No, it will not. The Twitch ult does pick up the Leona, but reality falls. And Papa Skips hits just the edge of that deadly flourish and falls to 360x here. That is going to be a 2-for-1. And with the jungler down from ZMG, it looks like BDE wants to take this Baron here. They will be spotted out though. Jackthon is running a little bit low on health, and the Darius is moving in, so he has to be very careful here. Or 360x trying to do his best to zone away the Darius. T-Garden is here as well. Mundo does not have his ultimate, so has to be very careful. Will be forced to flash away from the baby cage as Captain Donut flashing forward, gets the kill onto Roxy, but gets killed before he can get the Noxian Guillotine reset. So a 1-for-1 there, as this fight does not end. Both these ADCs are comparatively large. The Jhin is 503, the Twitch is 3-0-2. And the Baron is forced to be given up upon for the moment here by BDE. However, the top lane turret will be claimed by 360x. So, small gifts in favor of BDE. One moment here, folks.
I wish, all I could say is I wish I could see.
I am seeing if I can salvage enough to get Discord to let me show you what we're seeing. Let's see. Can you see that?
Let me try to watch stream. Let's see.
We do apologize for the technical issues, folks. Of course, we are at the mercy of Riot Games here, and Riot Games is merciless.
Small indie company.
Does the Discord stream work? Papa Skips gets rooted up. Hitting the edge of the solar flare is enough. Now Papa Skips is in trouble. The second shot from the Jhin will be enough. Is now dominating, and T-Garden gets shut down as well. The damage from the Trundle is enough. Azir has to run. The Deadly Flourish does stun him up, but there's no more damage there, and now Reality has rejoined the fight, trying to get in range for the Curse of the Sad Mummy. Does not manage it. 360x will be enough to zone away the Amumu and the Darius for now, as it looks like BDE is going to peel away for this third Drake. We will be seeing a Cloud Soul this evening for Game 1.
Interesting.
Pretty valuable.
Oh, that would be actually really big for ZMG if they could get that with the Darius.
Would be pretty big for BDE as well with the Mundo and the Trundle.
Yeah.
So, one of the rare team comps where Clown Soul actually matters. However, ZMG is down 2 Drakes to 0, so they have a long way back to crawl before they can start worrying about getting Soul. Roxy puts down a little bit of damage onto Reality, but it looks like ZMG for now has control over this Drake pit. 360x getting pulled in by Donut means that Reality doesn't have a taxi into the back line of BDE though. A little bit of a misplay there as T-Garden flashing forward puts down a ton of damage onto Foya. 360x and Xanazurge are getting burned through by T-Garden as well, and now BDE is on the back foot. T-Garden is dealing tons of damage and has not been hit in this fight. 4 kills to none there for ZMG, and the Drake will be secured. First Drake of the game for ZMG on the back of T-Garden nearly deleting Foya at the start of that fight.
I mean, maybe we were incorrect when we were saying I don't know if we have enough appeal for Twitch. I mean, apparently I was wrong. Apparently Twitch is fine.
There's more than enough appeal when they don't try and target the Twitch at all. And it looks like ZMG is going to try and speedrun this Baron. Looks like they have plenty of damage. Baron is on the way down to 3,000 health, and will disappear here before anyone on BDE gets back onto the map. So with the Drake secure, with the Baron secure, ZMG for the first time this game is up in gold.
I mean, Twitch just got a bunch of shutdowns, I think, too, which was pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Twitch got a bunch of gold in his pocket. Vigar got a bunch of gold in his pocket as well. Has completed the Rabadons and a Blighting Jewel here. So this Vigar will start to hurt. However, it's still a matter for ZMG of can you protect Vigar and Twitch. Ronxy, despite the early outplays onto Azir, hasn't been very active in these fights, it doesn't feel like. Okay, guess we're not getting a response there.
Sorry, I'm trying to get things up and
No, you're fine. I'm just
fixed.
messing with you. We do see the anathemas coming out from the Mundo. Probably going to be targeted onto that Twitch here. Is that a surprise that we're seeing that?
Actually, ZMG does have a fairly heavy like AP like number wise, I think, with like the Hamamu, Seraphine, Vigar. Like, well, I don't know, like they're pretty good split. I mean, with the Darius, yeah, I never mind. I was like, usually you put the anathemas on like the. I don't know if you really want to be choosing Mundo as your target there. Not gonna lie. Definitely Mundo did not feel any of that damage. The MG just like did to him.
No, but he was forced to pop the ultimate. Azir now down to about half health, will get healed up by the Seraphine, but the Mundo chunk with those ukuleles isn't something that ZMG can just ignore here. Look at the damage onto Skips. He has next to no magic resist, so those cleavers are nearly dealing the 25% as true damage. But now Mundo's in trouble, doesn't have the ultimate. Being a little too greedy there with his cleavers. And will pay the price for it. Now Reality going in deep, lands the ultimate onto 3. The Seraphine ult follows up. Azir is trying his best to put damage out in the backside, but will it be enough? Ronxy trying his best to keep his team's hopes alive, but Captain Donut has deleted the rest of his team and will delete the Azir as well. A quadra kill for Donut.
I mean, I was expecting this a little bit earlier, but I mean,
yeah,
better late than never.
As was I. You expected Darius to pop off early.
Well, and in this play, in this fight, he actually got to hit the squishies, so, and there was no like Mundo to keep him at bay.
No, Mundo was playing very aggressive, didn't have either the passive nor the ultimate, and paid for it before the fight even started there.
This is kind of like what we were talking. Oh my gosh, I was like, is he gonna stop Seraphine's back? Chicken.
No, instead he's just not going to actually finish the chickens.
He's just delaying the camp. It's fine.
No, of course.
All planned.
It's definitely not that he failed the leash count.
I honestly like the way that well, where are they back? Backdraft, yes, that's the name. It needs to play is the Leonin. I think needs to be the front engage, right, so that they can get the long range stun into like a Jin snare.
360 here is leading this band of ZMG on a merry chase here. Foya putting a bunch of damage down on the backside though. Now popping the curtain call. We'll get all 4 shots out, it looks like. No, chooses not to use the 4 shot. Now T-Garden. Will he manage to burst down either of the carries? Answer appears to be no, but Xanazurge flashing in does not have anything. Ronxy with the huge ultimate landing onto 4 members, completely demolishing the team there. The ultimate from Vigar, the funny button, does take out the Jhin, but now it's a 2-on-2 fight. Will Ronxy have enough shielding here? Yes, he will. He will get the kill onto Reality, will burn to death, and now it is the battle of the top laners, Donut versus 360X, as everybody has died here. Noxie and Guillotine is available. Noxie and Guillotine will secure the kill. And
I
despite that,
honestly didn't think Darius Nox Guillotine had enough damage, but I mean, Mundo was at like what, like 30% health, and then he just went poof.
I mean, at max stacks of the passive, it is doubled as true damage, and Mundo only had about 1100 health there, so it's not completely unreasonable. But what a turnaround there. Seemed like the Azir ult was going to decide that fight, but BDE just
Leonis
didn't have
is
enough
not able to
damage.
save this turret very well.
Oh gosh, looks like
Did
BDE's
they
gonna
save
lose
it?
their
Oh,
base here.
they saved the last turret. The Jin.
Oh, one more auto attack from that super minion would have been enough. Instead, the turret survives on a sliver, but that leaves them open to a back door here.
Especially with like a Twitch and a kind of a Darius now. I feel like they almost have the damage to just be like, and this base is mine now.
We see an Anathema's coming out from the Amumu here now. Not quite sure who he's put that on. Let's take a look. He has chosen two Anathemas. I can't tell. Let's take a
I think
look.
you just have to click on everyone until you see
Yeah,
the little hand over them.
looks like it is onto the Azir.
Which one is the Mundo's on?
Mundo's is on the
It's
Twitch.
on Twitch, right? Okay.
Looks like ZMG is going to try and sneak this Baron here, and it is disappearing so rapidly. The teleport coming in from the Mundo is going to be far too late. Now Mundo's in a heap of trouble. Spell Immune only saves you from one, my friend, as Papa Skips getting the kill there, but the entirety of ZMG with the dog pile. Papa Skips nearly gets one shot, does in fact die to Foya, but Foya pays for it with his life, and now Roxy is on the wrong side of this fight. The flash forward from Reality gets a little bit stopped by the wall, but will get the bandage toss. Roxy gets the shutdown onto the Vigar, who still had his ultimate available. And now Captain Donut's in trouble. Xanazurge and Jackthon are keeping him away from the squishies, and Twitch is forced to run away as well. Everyone on ZMG solo, and now Jackthon pushing in. Will not chase any further there.
But look, will the minions get the turret this time? Yeah, it will.
They do get the turret. If nothing else, Backdraft does have the Azir, so we'll be able to stop up a little bit there with the
I
help.
think Azir turret has such a long cooldown. I think you wait until there's an actual fight nearby to place that up.
I don't disagree. Jackson in reality fighting here now. This Trundle's not taking a whole bunch of damage, but neither is the Amumu. This feels very much like a wet noodle fight. Reality will fall, but they went all the way from top lane to scuttle buff there. So, a long fight when the Amumu was already about quarter health. Now Papa Skip's getting caught out once again. Where does his health bar go? I don't know, but...
A little lucky with vision, to be honest. And the fact that you had people chasing the Mumu. They're kind of throwing away their Baron lead here. They need to start playing a little bit more smart.
Baron down to just two members. It's only Donut and Teagarden at the moment. And Donut gets caught out here. The CC chain from the Leona. Will it be enough? No, the Sterak's keeps him alive. And now Foya gets stunned up by the Vigar. Azir is sowing discord in the back of this fight, but will get burnt down by Jackson. Does he have enough damage here? Yes. Captain Donut did join the fight, but Jin has his range. Will it be enough? Yes, the fourth shot sneaks through and gets onto Teagarden. Now Jackson trying his best will get that kill. Sorry, that fourth shot went onto Donut. My apologies. And BDE has an exposed Nexus, but looks like they're going to push to end the game here. All that's left for ZMG is skips in Reality. They don't have any damage threats here, and I think that BDE can just walk forward. Reality only gets the stun onto Jackson here. Will have enough damage to get the Trundle, but... Oh, Ronxy took a bunch of turret shots that he didn't need to take, and now he's too low to stay. Looks like ZMG is going to defend their base. Foya flashing forward. Skips, man. You can't be there. You can't be anywhere near Jin. As he has found out 8 times so far this game. But ZMG, with the successful base defense, keeps themselves alive for another fight. And
I
it
didn't
looks,
see exactly the pathing of Zir, but I don't know if you want to be flanking as a squishy Vigar into 4 members. That's not your role there.
well, he came very close to deleting Foya there. Foya was at about 75 health after the full combo from the uh, Vigar, rather. But just didn't have quite enough damage.
I just think it would have been safer for him to just stay front to back with his Darius and Twitch.
I think if he had tried that, then Foya would have been able to fight the way through the team. Teagarden gets stunned up here. Teagarden was in ambush, but gets spotted out by Xanazurge, and that is disastrous for ZMG now without their AD carry. Looks like BDE is going to start up this Drake, and the Amumu has left. They're not going to try and steal this. So if this game goes to 41.5 minutes, we will see a fight over Cloud Soul.
And it looks like they're rushing down mid.
Papa Skips nearly gets caught out yet again. You cannot be on the same screen as this Jhin. 360X flashing forward to land the cleaver onto Azir. Not a ton of damage to follow up though, even with the curtain call shots coming out. 360X now down to about half health, forced to pop that ultimate for some life regen. Where did that turret's health bar go? A single shot from the Jhin takes it down from nearly a third health. The Seraphine ultimate will slow up a couple of members here. Jackson does fall, however, Reality is quick to follow. 360X falls as well, and now Xanazurge is on the wrong side of this fight. Looks like ZMG is going to successfully defend yet again as Ronxy and Foya are forced to flee. Foya with the GA survives one deadly attack, but will not survive the second. And now Ronxy is alone. The apprehend does not land, but Donut has the dead man's plate, has the ghost, and is so fast. The baby cage comes down, and Donut will have more than enough damage. A pentakill for the Darius. And that will
I
be
mean,
game.
this is what I expect from a 1.3 million master point a Darius main. If you aren't getting pentakills on Darius, what are you doing? And they have no turret, so ZMG can just walk in and
ZMG
end
takes
the
the
game.
Nexus and ends the game here. Game 1 will go over to ZMG. In a
See,
game that
obviously,
went
this just
left.
proves that a fed top laner is more important than a fed ADC.
Yeah, in a game that went back and forth and back and forth. What a game. Absolute chaos from start to finish.
And I have a feeling Darius is about to get banned.
Instabanned. Instabanned, permabanned. No nothing for anybody.
No one gets anything nice.
Nope.
I am relogging back into the client now that that game is over. And
All right.
hopefully my spectators doesn't bug again.
That is the hope. However, given how it's been the last few days, I do not hold out much hope. Looks like BDE wants blue once again for game 2 here, so we will not be seeing a side switch. Is that a surprise to you?
I'm a little surprised. Well, yeah, I'm actually just a little surprised, especially since no, they just said we want red. You're trolling me.
No, before you joined, he said we want blue.
Wait. It would make sense if they wanted red, but I am unsure of what they want.
Looks like they've finally settled on blue here. Perhaps. Yes, Darius 1v9'd because he managed to get his passive stacked. We talked down to Darius for not getting ahead early. We do realize that, Scoop. Congratulations, you have called us out.
Okay, I just said I expect a little bit more from a 1.3 Mastery Darius in the early game, okay? And I did say that once he got a hold of the squishies, he suddenly was getting a lot more kills.
Yeah, it took him a lot longer than it felt like it should have, but he did finally get there. So there's only so much we can say to that. Looks like both teams are going ahead and getting started for game two. As they finish their preparations, we will step aside for a short second here. When we come back, the draft for game two. Don't go anywhere, folks.